Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Coming to today's video, first a disclaimer at the first. That's none of those videos, none of the analysis that I do in this channel or in this particular video are meant for or meant for taking any actual trade. These are only for educational purpose, and I'm not a service analyst, researcher, or advisor to help you with an investment. So if you see into natural gas today, natural gas has been completely sideways for the most of the day, which is kind of a known nature of natural gas. But coming to the month of December, January, and February, uh, so if you see here, for the month of January, it is kind of it has stayed constant here. For the month of uh, sorry for the month of December, it has been constantly hovering at the same place. But for the month of January, it has, if you see here, at around it has increased a bit. The difference between the January futures and December futures was earlier approximately 20 rupees. Right now it is close to around 18 rupees. So January futures there has been a lot of buying in January futures as well as in February futures. February futures has just opened up after recently, and we are seeing a lot of buying happening here in February futures as well. So what is people are more lean towards January right now. They are not like purchases are happening in January, but that's not happening in December. That's something very strange. Usually, because the expiry is still around a week away, but we are starting to see quite good buy happening in January. Natural gas has been it has fallen like by quite a lot, like quite a lot. Like looking into this, from 391. Sorry, this is not. I'm taking February. Sorry, from around 494 to 358. At the bottom it formed at around. Uh, 350. Okay, so it has fallen by around 100 and it sounds really strange, 144 points, 144 rupees, like that is immense. Yeah. uh, why this fall could have happened, I was wondering about the reasons. I was not able to find the reason until recently. So if you look into the other gas benchmarks, look into TTF gas, that is the European gas and the UK gas. So looking into this, they have also fallen quite a lot. So if you look into this, it has fallen quite a lot. So all the various benchmarks across the globe, so all have fallen. So there has been a massive correction, and that the supply glut could be a reason, although that is not pretty much confirmed reason, but that could be a reason because right now, even though Russian gas flow has stopped entirely, coming to the like it has reduced, it hasn't stopped entirely, but the Norwegian gas flow has continued, and right now various other countries like EKE has just set up a plant. Sometimes last month they're also participating in the gas production right now, not exports, so that's only for domestic consumption. But they have also started producing gas, and at the same time you see Norway, this uh, European gas also is has fallen a lot. Yeah, European gas. This is UK. This is European gas. The UK gas also has fallen because of the production, and European gas has also production has fallen because of the production. The domestic production has rose by around maybe 10. It is kind of sufficient to meet the domestic demands right now, although they are not participating in export. Okay. So that could be the only reason why we are seeing a massive correction in US natural gas. That was a massive correction, but the levels that were kind of valid, the fall has happened though, but the levels that were kind of valid was around this one. 4.25 is a very valid level around here. 4.25 is a very valid level. So I won't be surprised to see natural gas price touching 4.25 to 4.4 around this level. So I won't be surprised to see natural gas prices coming to these levels in near time. A couple of things here. 4.6 was the entry level back then. Like if you look into the 1 hour time frame and see the pricing closely, you'll see 4.6 was a like was had a very huge impact here. It was the support from where we saw the gas prices attaining the maximum like 5.445, 5.46 approximately. So this is where it took support from here and it reached this level. So right now, although it's being traded at very low levels, but in near time I'm expecting natural gas to come around 4.25 level will be the first one. The second level will be 4.4. It may not come anywhere close to 4.6 in next few days or maybe by Jan. But once we see the conditions of Arctic blast again, right now the conditions are like it's pretty warm, and that is one of the reasons we are seeing sell-off. Like in European region as well as in UK, in US, it's not that cold at the moment. So that's the reason we're seeing gas prices are not able to climb up. Okay, there is no uptrend. There's kind of sideways or downtrend. But as we progress to the month of January, there is a very high likelihood that we can see again these levels 4.25, 4.4. It may not, if it reaches 4.6, then it can definitely give it another try, like to reach for 5.45 or above. Right now, it is kind of constrained at the bottom at 3.9. 3.9 is the bottom, and it is just hovering near the bottom right now. But the expectations coming to the month of January and February, when we see the events like Arctic blast, we can expect it to go by 4.25, 4.4, and maybe 4.6. Yeah. So that's the analysis right now. And coming to all right. I'm not sure why this message is popping up here. Okay. Now coming to the my positions here right now, I have sold 370 put. I'm expecting a bit of surge, although there is the temperatures across the United States is not favoring any heating demand at the moment, like most of the parts. But at certain places, the heating demand is kind of surging in the northern parts and the eastern parts, and it is likely to contain, like from today onwards, we are likely to see a heat wave from the west, and that is going to continue for maybe another 3 days from now. But again, after 3 days, we're likely to see another cold wave coming. So for the next 3 days, the gas demand is not that good. But considering the price hike that happened back in the price hike that happened back in around mm, around yeah, around 7th of November to around this level, 7th of November, sorry, 11th of sorry, 4th of November till 11th of November. So this is the level. Okay, so considering this level, and even then there was no heating demand then. Okay, but still we saw a surge in prices only because of the exports. Right now the exports are becoming massive, and that could be the reason we'll see a spike. Okay, we might see a surge because the exports are rising. Golden LNG project is going to kickstart by around second week of January, first or second week of January. It is going to kickstart, and that is going to have a massive impact because it has the first train. It is going to have three trains in the future. Right now, the first train has a capacity of 0.8 BCFD. So if that adds up, then we can see a weekly consumption of approximately 5 BCF. So 5 BCF weekly consumption is massive. So we are likely going to see a surge because of the Golden LNG Pass project, which is a Qatar and US based, like it's a joint venture by Qatar and US companies. So we're likely to we might see a surge. Yeah, I'm expecting right now. My expectation is like natural gas should come around 378 to 385. So these are the nearest levels that I am targeting for. All right, so that's all for the video. And coming to the crude again, some insights about crude. Crude has been falling like has a massive fall, and it took support around 5,000 over here. Crude is I'm not having any idea about crude, but crude is likely to see more downside until there is a global emergency or a crisis situation, which is not likely to happen anytime soon, I believe. I don't think there will be any such situation in the crude market. People are relying more on electric vehicles, so that is also one of the major reasons. Like China was the biggest exporter earlier, and right now most of the Chinese companies, they are manufacturing more EV vehicles than the petrol or diesel vehicles. So dependency on fuel is kind of declining. At the same time, we see surge in the number of flights that people used to take. Uh, like in developing countries like India, the number of flights like that used to run earlier, that has gone up by maybe 20 or 30% in recent times. So that's a mixed kind of that's a mixed view. While we are not seeing more cars or more vehicles on the road, but we are seeing a surge in aeroplanes. So that can have an impact also. So that is something people should be mindful about. So yeah, that's all the analysis that I had to share right now. And yeah, and if you see here, I have also sold Infosys call option here, 1580. I'm expecting Infosys is going to see, because Nifty has been dropping right now, and yeah, Nifty, there is a plunge, and Nifty might really come around these levels. Yeah, I'm not sure, but it might come around. It will see a plunge because it's the month of December, and the month of December we see a selling happening across majority of the stocks. Yeah. So yeah, so that's all for the analysis. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you very much.